Good morning, students. Last day we had started a new chapter and the name of the chapter is Some Leaders We Remember. So last day we had read about Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So today we are going to continue with the chapter and let us see whom do we have next. Today we are going to study about two more leaders. So after Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, today we are going to study about Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan. So we are going to study about Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan today. Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan was our second president. As a young boy, he was very bright and won scholarships throughout his student life. Later, he became a teacher and was highly respected. He taught in many Indian universities and at the Oxford University in England. He wrote many books on Indian thinking and the Indian way of life. So, today we are going to talk about Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan. And who was he? He was the second president of India. When he was young, in his student life, he was very bright and he won scholarships. Okay, what are scholarships? Scholarships are a kind of grant that is given to a bright, smart, intelligent student by a university or the government so that they can study without paying. Okay, the expenses of the education is taken up by either the school or the college or the government. The student does not have to pay for the education. So, because he was a very bright student, he was a sincere student, he won scholarships. Later, he became a teacher and was highly respected. So, after his completing of his education, he became a teacher. He taught in many Indian universities and also taught at Oxford University in England. He wrote many books on Indian thinking and the way of Indian life. Radhakrishnan believed that teachers have a great role to play in building a country. He thought that the brightest people in the country should be teachers. When he became president, people wanted to celebrate his birthday. He told them that he would like his birthday to be celebrated as Teachers' Day. From then on, we have been celebrating 5th September as Teachers' Day. On this day, we thank our teachers for their care and love and for all that they have taught us. So you see, Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan was a teacher. And after he became the President of India, okay, people were fond of him and they wanted to celebrate his birthday. Okay, like whoever we are fond of, our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our aunts and uncles, we love celebrating their birthdays, right? So people wanted to celebrate Radhakrishnan's birthday. And when he was put for this idea, what did Radhakrishnan say? Radhakrishnan said that, well, okay, you can celebrate my birthday, but what I want is to celebrate my birthday as a day for the teachers. So 5th September, which is the birthday of Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan, is celebrated as Teachers' Day. And what do we do on this day? We thank our teachers. Okay, our teachers play a great role in our life, right? Whatever we learn, they teach us. And they give us many important lessons at school, at home. Okay, whoever our teachers are, whoever teaches us something is a teacher, right? So, on this day, we thank our teachers for the care, the love, and whatever they teach us. So, the 5th of September is celebrated as Teachers' Day. So, that is about Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan. Now, let's move on to Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar belonged to a Dalit family. In Hindi, Dalit means people who are treated badly. When Bhimrao was young, people of the lowest caste were looked upon as untouchables and treated badly. They were not allowed to study in schools, enter temples, draw water from the village well, and so on. So when Bhimrao's father somehow managed to get him admitted to a school, the poor boy was made to sit outside the classroom. He was not allowed to touch the vessel in which water was stored. So he had to ask others to pour out water for him. When he could not find no one to do this, he would have to go thirsty. So what is being said here is really sad. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar belonged to a Dalit family. And this word Dalit means people who are treated badly. Okay. So in India, there is a caste system. Okay. Which is a very bad thing. Very bad thing. So in this caste system, some people who belong to the higher caste, they think that they have powers. And the people who are belonging to the lowest of the caste, they think that these people are not people and they should not be treated nicely. They are basically slaves for us. Okay. And this thought is a very bad thought. This should not happen anywhere. So in ancient times, this was what was happening in India. And Bhimrao Ambedkar was, I would say, a victim to this casteism. These lowest caste, okay, the Dalits, they were known as untouchables and they were treated very badly. So they were not allowed to go to school, enter temples, draw water from the village wells and many other things. Okay. So these things were happening to them. But somehow Bhimrao's father managed to admit him to a school. Okay. Bhimrao's father decided that education was important for his son and he decided that he would enroll his son to a school. And somehow even after he did that, what happened? Bhimrao was forced to sit outside the classroom. Just imagine, your friends are sitting inside and you have to sit outside the classroom. It's so sad, right? The teacher is inside, your friends are inside, everybody is sitting on the benches, everybody is studying together. But just because a person is belonging to a low caste, okay, that person is being forced to sit outside, sit separately. That must be so sad. So this is what happened to Bhimrao Ambedkar at school. Okay, he was also not allowed to touch the vessel of water. Okay, there was a pot in the school, like you have water filters at school, right? So these schools also had pots back then where water was kept. But because he belonged to a low caste, he was not allowed to touch the water. Someone from the higher caste had to pour water for him, only then could he drink water. And when he could not find anyone who was able to touch the water pot for him or pour water from him, he had to go thirsty. He had to stay without water. So just imagine if this happened to one of us, how sad it would be, right? But he had to face such situations at school. But instead of that, Bhimrao was a very bright student. Okay, he did not let all this get to him. He studied hard, he worked hard. He won a scholarship and went to study in USA and then to London. When he returned to India, he taught in Bombay. Still later, he became a lawyer in the Bombay High Court. He wrote many books too. But he is most remembered for is his fight against untouchability. He is also remembered as the main writer of our constitution. People gave him the name Baba Saheb. So you see, Bhimrao Ambedkar, he had faced a lot of harassment at school because of his caste, right? But still, he did not allow that to suppress him. He studied hard. Okay, he won scholarships. He went to study in USA and London with the scholarship. And after he returned, he became a teacher and then he became a lawyer in the Bombay High Court. Okay, Bombay High Court. Bombay is presently known as Mumbai, right? We know Bombay as Mumbai. So, the Mumbai High Court is the Bombay High Court of the past. So, he became a lawyer there. He wrote many books. But there are two important things we remember him for. First and foremost is his fight against untouchability. He fought against whatever he had faced when he was a child so that someone else did not have to face that. Okay. The harsh treatment from the other people which he faced in his childhood. He made sure that other people belonging to the low castes did not have to face those similar situations. So he fought against untouchability and he is one of the main writers of our constitution. So he had helped to make the constitution. He was given the name Baba Saheb by the people. We celebrate 14 April Baba Saheb Ambedkar birthday as Ambedkar Jayanti. So 14th of April is celebrated as Ambedkar Jayanti. We promise to work towards making India a country where everyone is treated equally. So, on this day, on Ambedkar Jayanti, what do? We try to keep his dream alive and fight against untouchability and all kinds of cruelty where people are treated badly. So, this is the end of the chapter. And we have read about 4 leaders: Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Sarvapali Radhakrishnan, and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So, that is all for